He's my favorite late night host. You can see him every weekday night on NBC in his very own show, Late Night with Seth Meyers. If you haven't seen it, you're dumb. You should check it out. Give it up for Seth Meyers! Yes, how are you?
I'm wonderful. How are you doing?
I'm a little tired today, but that's okay. You knew that bobcat story, though, that we just told?
Yeah, Happy. I heard Happy's in studio.
Yes, Happy is in studio. So I'm just saying, we still have him on the line. Do you have any other questions for him? I know that you've already covered this.
Yes, first of all, I just want to say thank you to Happy. We very much like talking about your exploits on television. Did the bobcat's tooth actually hit your knuckle bone, or was it just the knuckle part of the finger?
No, it actually, it stuck me in the bone. I could feel it in the bone.
Wow.
I mean, Happy, you are a legend. You are a legend, my friend. Because that makes me think that you knew you were throwing a bobcat, which was an incredible throw, by the way, whose tooth might have been attached to your knuckle bone.
I just love
I wouldn't go that far, but, you know, yeah.
I'd have tossed that thing as far away from me as possible. Like, you don't belong here, sir. Yeah, you're in my territory. What is
just
it?
Don't mess with my wife.
Yeah, I know. I love that part. That was so sweet. All right. So
My wife said to me that the best I could do was say, shoo, shoo.
That's not true. So wait, do you like not having to wear a suit every day?
It's great. I feel like, you know, I got into comedy, which is not a suit job, and then I was lucky enough to be a Weekend Update anchor, and then that's a pretend suit job, and then you get late night, and now it's a full suit job, because at Weekend Update, we're wearing a lot of jeans underneath the desk.
Yeah.
And this has been a real reminder of why I didn't want to work at a bank. I love not wearing a suit, and it's a lot easier getting dressed when you don't have to put a tie on.
Well, my personal favorite part of all of this, attire-wise, is people keep saying, oh my gosh, like, I don't even know what it's like to dress up anymore because I'm just like wearing like, you know, athleisure, like casual clothes all the time. And I'm like, welcome to being a musician. For the past 20 years, I've lived on a bus in one suitcase, wearing the same pajamas every day, because you wear what you wear on stage and then you wear normal clothes. You're just hanging out on the bus. So like literally, I have been in COVID attire for 20 years now. Like that's what I've been living.
Now, Kelly, did you ever, were you ever like a multiple costume change concert type of act?
Yes. Unfortunately.
So how many, what's the most you wore on stage in one night?
Maybe 5, and that's a lot. I'm good with like 3, because I don't like to take the time to do it, because I'm more worried about my vocals. I don't think people are coming to my show to be like, I wonder what she's wearing, like so much as they are like how I'm gonna sound, so yeah.
Right.
I could be wrong. I could just be lazy.
I think you're right, and I think it's true. People are there for your talent, and look, if you want to put on 3 outfits for them, I'm sure they're not gonna mind.
Yeah, I mean, it's so time consuming, but anyway, yes, I've done it. Okay, so I have to ask, where are you calling from? Because it's kind of like the saddest room ever. I'm just gonna let you know right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you for that feedback. I do, before you say that, you did notice the one plant, right?
The single plant of the sign of life in the room.
Yeah. There were more plants, but they all left because it was so depressing.
I know. It's like you're
we
in
had
the
to
show,
nail
like,
that one to the table.
Just the one fern. It's like this is a show.
I am in a really corporate-y conference room, which is where we used to have like writers meetings, and now is empty. So we've set it up for this. But yeah, I agree.
I love that your writers' rooms, by the way, though, are the most creative looking room in the world.
Well, there actually is usually like fun stuff behind us.
Okay.
Behind me on the wall that's like writer's room based, but a lot of it's really inappropriate for television.
Okay, so wait, when you were on my show last spring, I confessed my love of cleaning out my ears. It's weird how much I love to do it. But what's one habit of yours that you would like to confess now? Do you have one? That's weird.
I'm surprised I haven't confessed it to you before, but I told you how much I love to floss.
You do?
I love to floss. I'll eat food that gets stuck in my teeth just for the purposes of flossing.
Oh, wait, are you making fun of me?
No, I love to floss. Do you not like to floss?
I don't know if I'm like the best person that comes to the dentist. Usually I'm the one that leaves and they're like, you could floss a little more. I'm still a child.
See, for me, it's not like the maintenance flossing. like you know, I know you're supposed to like floss at the end of the night.
Yeah.
I only like flossing if like I know there's something in there. So like for me,
it's getting
I'll
it
like
out.
buy a bag of jerky and a thing of floss, and that's
Ooh.
just like my afternoon.
Well, first of all, I'm definitely down for the jerky because that's awesome. But that's,
Very yummy.
you're right, that is weird. So I don't know anybody that loves that. But what's up for this
I don't know.
summer?
It seems like weird that like the cleaning her ears lady is gonna look down her nose at the guy who flosses.
Oh no,
but
here's
whatever.
the thing. You know, you should look down at me. It feels good. You're right. I'm the weird one here. Okay. So what's up for this summer? Because we're starting to get our lives back. Are y'all gonna do y'all do
Yes.
vacation? Do y'all do that kind of thing? Like go big?
Yeah, we'll go spend some time with my in-laws, and they're near a beach, which is great. I'm not very handy, and my father-in-law Tom is incredibly handy. And the other day, my son found a piece of wood that he wanted to turn into a boat, and he said, "I am sad that you don't know how to build things, but I am lucky that Grandpa does." And I was like, well, I don't know why I had to get dragged into this.
That's amazing and so sad. Well, not many
know.
can whittle. Not many can do that. So
No, but he does. He has like his grandfather has a full like, you know, work shed, and I think it's every my boys just love that they're going to spend the summer getting to build projects with him.
no, that is super cool. I do love though that we have figured out in this interview that you won't save your wife from a bobcat and you can't help your son build anything. That's awesome.
Well, I'm busy flossing.
So wait, I love this. Is it true that your dad had one rule for you when you were a kid? Like if you were going to lie, like if you got in trouble, if you were gonna lie, it had to be a really good lie?
Yeah, he hated when we lied in a way that disrespected his intelligence. I remember one time, the first time he left my brother and I alone for a week, my parents went on a trip, and we were probably, let's say 15 and 13. And then he came home and he said, "Where's the mail?" And we had cleaned up really fast and we couldn't remember where we put the mail because the house was a real mess. And so I said to my dad, "We didn't get any mail." And he said, "For the first time ever, we went 5 straight days without getting any mail." And I said, "Yeah, no mail came this entire week." And then he sat on the couch and there was a giant lump because my brother had shoved all the mail under a couch cushion.
I love that your dad, that must be where you get your humor. He was like, so for 5 solid days, nothing, not a bill. Not
So that was it. So the first time ever, we didn't even get a catalog. Okay.
Sure.
That's an incredible coincidence. My mom loves nothing more than when she's around the two of us and my dad. She like piles on my dad because she thinks like my brother and I will back her up. And we have to say, "Hey, I think what would be great for this time where we're all together is if you were a little less critical of dad."
No, because then all the fun would disappear.
She literally like walks in the door and she's like, "You're not gonna believe what this guy did on the drive." We're like, "Relax."
Oh, she likes the story. Well, before you go, I asked Jimmy and Maya whenever they were here memories of Prince, you know, because I heard about the huge 40th anniversary SNL party, and it sounds like the most epic party in all of the lands. So what do you remember about that night?
Well, I mean, it was the party that only exists in like works of fiction. You never would have that many people together again. But I remember my wife and I were weaving through the crowd right as Prince was on stage. And it's very strange. You never think of like famous people going like this, excuse me. But it was so densely packed. And I was doing the excuse me, and then just came like, you know, my face came like this close to Beyonce. And our eyes met, and I just was like, "Pretty cool party, right?" And she said, "Yeah." And then we just kept going. Like the momentum took us away. And my wife said, "Wow, you really killed that interaction."
That's amazing. And then
So you better leave your ringer on because you're probably gonna get a call from Beyonce.
She said hi, and then I said hi, and then it was over.
Yeah, I said, I don't know if you heard, I was like, "Pretty cool party, right?" And then she was like, "Yeah." I'm like, it went pretty good.
All right, Late Night with Seth Meyers airs weeknights on NBC. Yep, I'm still here, just waiting for you to subscribe. If you don't, I'll be trapped in this box forever.